I have been selling. Can you believe this? I have been selling some of my fleet. I'm paring the fleet down from, I want to get from a comfortable 8 cars to a nice and cozy, like 5, maybe 6 cars, maybe 5 if all 5 actually run. I think that's actually a pretty reasonable expectation. I'm trying to simplify my life a little bit. So I've listed a few things for sale. And I have to say, I've sold a number of cars over the years. I have. And I think that, especially on Facebook Marketplace, I don't really know what has changed, but I feel like things have changed. Maybe if you've sold cars, maybe if you really sold anything on Facebook Marketplace. This is kind of a gripe about Facebook Marketplace because I feel like it's not the same as it used to be in terms of the quality of the buyer really that shows up. Like, yeah, I know if you're doing Facebook Marketplace deals, you can probably expect to be ghosted by about 50% of the people who say they're going to show up and look at your car. The problem is, I feel like that's gotten worse. I feel like that's gotten significantly worse. And what has also gotten significantly worse is the number of people, I won't even call them people because they're bots, they're robots, they're scammers, they're fake. That has really gone up in the past, I would say 2 or 3 years, especially after COVID now. I feel like that's happened. I don't know if it's because of the prevalence of AI. I don't know what it is, but there's a lot of scams. There's a lot of bots. Facebook Marketplace is becoming a more and more challenging place to sell a car. And you're probably saying, well, gee, Matt, of course it's a challenging place to sell a car. I know. But generally, that's how I come and go with all these different cars. I mean, you know this, right? I mean, if you're a car guy like me, you've been sitting there late at night, laying in bed, on your phone, probably well after you should have gone to sleep to get a whole solid 8 hours of sleep, which that's pretty optimistic. I mean, even 6 hours. But anyway, you're on your phone and you're browsing stuff and you're messaging people at 2 in the morning. Hey, can I pick this up in the morning? I got cash, whatever. Will you take a trade for this? Right. We've all been there. Either that, or maybe you do browse Facebook Marketplace, but in the bathroom. I don't know. But I do know that Jim Miller, by the way, of course, a regular co-host of this show, he sends me car memes, specifically Subaru memes still. He has never stopped sending me Subaru memes. He probably will never stop sending me Subaru memes, at least until I sell my Subaru. And even then, he'll probably still send me Subaru memes. I know he's in the bathroom, probably sitting on the toilet, because he's sending me Subaru memes. That's really the only time he does it. So I digress. I mean, that's, whatever you're doing when you're browsing Marketplace. I feel like, and maybe you can attest to this, I'm reaching out to you, the listener. If you want to chime in on the Facebook page, on the YouTube comments of this, I kind of want to know your thoughts on, has it changed? Is it just me, or has it become more challenging between the scams, and even just, I think a lot of, and I won't say which cars I've had listed for sale, but I'll give you an example. One of them has 4-wheel drive, and that's the first thing in my listing. Okay, it's like 4-wheel drive, clean title, has diff lockers and other stuff. Like, it says that. And I will get people, an inordinate amount of people. And again, I wonder if I don't even know if they're real people. I'll get a text off of Marketplace, a messenger message, right? And it will say, is it 4-wheel drive? ? What do you think? What do you think? Is it 4-wheel drive? That's the first thing in the description if you read it. And then I'll get another one. Does it have a clean title? Do you have eyes? Did you read? Did you read the description? Are you Stevie Wonder and you can't read the description? And if that's the case, should you really be purchasing an automobile? I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just throwing that out there. And I feel like, yes, I know you're going to get some of that, but it has gone up significantly. See, I used to sell, buy and trade and do all sorts of stuff for a lot of things. And granted, I still do, but I feel like I've calmed down a little bit. I'm kind of hanging on to stuff a little bit longer, or I'm getting that far into a project where it's not really sellable in the state that it's currently in. So what's the point? Might as well just keep it. But I feel like that's been happening a lot. Another thing that's been happening a lot too, I get a ton of messages in Spanish. A ton of them in Spanish. like a disproportionate number. Like my phone was getting flooded with Spanish messages. And for a little bit, I was trying to, Google Translate them. And it's like, what's your lowest offer? What's your lowest price? I don't know. Make me an offer and I'll tell you yes or no. And also, it's probably like what I'm asking minus $500. That's probably my lowest price. Not to give you any deep insight into my completely strategic way of listing things on Marketplace. But I'm getting these messages in Spanish and I'm trying to translate and I'm trying to do this. And I got to a point where I stopped because I said, look, the listing is in English. And if you can't be bothered to go to Google Translate yourself and ask the question through Google Translate, copy that, and then send it to me, why should I be the one having to translate it after the fact? I shouldn't be. That's exactly the point, is I shouldn't be. And that to me, I don't know. I'm just saying that. Let me put it this way. Like if I was trying to buy a car, for one, I also wouldn't use the default, hi, is this still available? Like the default message that Marketplace gives you on, like when you click on a listing, it gives you like a default message. I've completely stopped replying to those. If I get a default message, boom, goes straight into the junk. You might actually be a cash buyer. I might be completely throwing out a cash buyer who would show up, in the next hour to buy that car. But you get so many of these, you get saturated with it. And then I also run into a weird issue. If you list a car too cheaply, like some of my cars are $500. Well, that's even being optimistic. You get the weirdest people who show up. So I don't know. A little bit of a rant right there, but that was just something that is kind of on my chest. I've been trying to sell stuff. It's been harder. What do you think? Has it actually gotten harder? Am I just losing my mind? Has it always been this way? Let me know on the Facebook page. Let me know on YouTube. Check it out in the comments. Hey, we're going to be right back with Tommy Bristol talking about his Skyline after the break.